In today's episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief, I sit down with Jean Thomas to talk all about his new board game, Nouvelle-France. Then we'll see what's on Kickstarter, but first, a message about our sponsors. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is proudly being powered by our friends over at Go Chuckle LLC, who just launched Hasty Baker, which is the kind of card game I could see becoming a household favorite. The concept's fresh with its baking theme, plus you won't get your kitchen all dirty through baking, but you can still bring this to your tabletop. The illustrations are just great. You just get this super positive vibe that I love. I think they did a great job of building strategy into the game by making the cards able to help or hurt other players. For example, one of the cards they have in the game is a double bats card on a recipe. Whether it's your own or someone else's, means that you have to get double all the ingredients to finish the recipe, which obviously is going to slow your opponent down, but it also gives the player double points, so it's not as straightforward as it might sound. Hang on until our Kickstarter Corner portion of the show to find out about an awesome giveaway we've teamed up with them to bring you guys over at thegiveawaygeek.com, of course. Today's episode is also powered by one of our proud Kickstarter Season 3 backers and their game Nouvelle-France, which just launched to Kickstarter. Nouvelle-France is an abstract strategy game where you need to skillfully place construction blocks to build 3 historic sites from the Nouvelle-France era. Outwit your opponents and thereby gain points. Add to that 3 further ways to either bettering your score or hindering your opponents. I take that game like the Leafs like. Be on the lookout or come back and listen to our interview with the publisher on Saturday the 14th of September and back Nouvelle-France before 10 October.
Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Since the beginning of the 17th century, hundreds of brave colonists have come to North America to forge new life along the St. Lawrence River in Nouvelle-France. With short summers limiting the time available for building, the intendant of the colony tries to get as many buildings completed as possible before the onset of winter, asking the overseers to redouble their efforts before the snow comes, covering the construction sites and stopping their work. The most successful overseer will be awarded the prestigious title of Royal Engineer and will become responsible for all the building work across Nouvelle-France. Did that sound familiar to you guys? It didn't to me either, but this is the story of Nouvelle-France board game, and today we're lucky enough to have on the creator mastermind behind the game, or the publisher from Jack Bro Playful Creation. Is that right? Is that how you fit in line with Nouvelle-France board game, Jacques Tom?
Yeah, I'm the editor. My friend Jacques Dominic is the creator.
Okay, so the editor. So what does that mean exactly?
We are Jabro. We are 2. It's my brother and I, and we did 2 board game before in the 2 last years. And our friend Jacques Dominic come to us and say, "Hey, would you like to be my editor?" So we say, "Why not? Let's try."
Oh, there you go. Now, before we get into the game and you're editing it and everything, let's rewind a little bit if we could. How did you get into playing tabletop board games?
It's many years that we worked on board game, my brother and I. He is an artist, so it's helped us a lot with all the arts. So we decided to create game a few years ago, and we subscribed for contest. And we won 2 prizes for the moment for our board game in Quebec here.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But going back a little bit further before that, how did you get into starting to play games?
I always played. My brother is 12 years older than me, So when I was really really young, he was creating game just to amuse me, to make me fun. So this is the first part we play board game together. It was when I was like 5 years old, and he was like 17, and we was playing in the house, in the parents' house. So it was really cool. So this is the first moment I remember by board game.
And then did you? A lot of people take a hiatus or they go away from games for a while and then come back. Did you have that too?
Not really. I always played game with friends. I remember like playing like dungeon keeper kind of game, a lot of D&D, Dungeon Dragon games. So I did a lot of RPG. I played Magic for a few years. So I always had a great time to with board game.
And what kind of games are you playing today these days?
Oh, plenty. I played Too Many Bones few days ago, but I have two kids also, so I have three. But the two older, I'm playing all board game like classic one like Bang, Family Business, Splendor. I had just Point Salad that I really enjoyed. So a lot of different game.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And word on the street, like you said, you're an editor in a new game. What can you tell us about Nouvelle-France?
Nouvelle-France, it's a really high quality component game. Nouvelle-France is based on the history of Nouvelle-France, the French colony that was here in the 15th centuries, 17th centuries. And it was covering about all North America from Quebec to Louisiana. And my friend Jacques Dominique decided to produce a game to reflect the importance of this history for him. So he decided to make a game that you have the snow that is very important part of the game, because here up here in Quebec the winter is really hard. So for the colonists it was a hard part. So this is why it's kind of raised before the snow is coming to build the three main building of the colony.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can't say that I miss the snow. It's been like a couple years since I've seen snow, but yeah, I can't say I miss it.
Not here, you never really missed it during summer because it's coming fast.
Well, there you go. Awesome. And so, per se, me and you sat down and played Nouvelle-France. What's my turn look like, or what's my turn going to consist of?
You have always three cards in front of you that you can choose. There is nine different shapes of block. They are multicolored block. They are built with five little cubes joined together, glued together, and there is always two block of the same color on each shape. So you have to choose the one of the three available shape, and you have to place it on the board on one of the three construction sites, and you have to link cube with your of your color with the cube that are already on the building. So if you are making a 2, 3, 4, 5 cube link, you have that part of points.
Okay, and how do we determine the winner? Whoever gets their buildings finished before the snow comes, or?
No, you play all the cubes until the third snowflakes is reveal. Every time you have a snowflakes reveal, you lay down some snow plate on the board, and you have a point calculation on that points. Because every building have their own little I don't know how to say that in English. It's a little stick with point on it. So the first layer of snow giving points, or you losing point on that building for each cube of your color. So you have a little stick by each building that give you or subtract you points when the snow falls. So you have to choose how you will place your cube to optimize your point or to reduce your opponent points.
Okay, so whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins?
And became the official constructor of the Nouvelle-France.
So looking at some of these components and stuff, scrolling through your Kickstarter page, I get the feel of Tetris. Have you ever done anything with Tetris?
It's about kind of Tetris cubes, but you have it's always four color on cubes. So you have to choose the right shape, and you have to manage how you can place the cube to optimize your points and minimize the opponent points, because every cube you place do points for you on that turn. But when the snow is coming, you can give a lot of points to opponent if you didn't take care of all you place your cubes.
Oh, okay. So you got to be careful then.
Yeah. Because if you are placing an opponent color on a layer that is giving 2 points at the snow time, you will give him a lot of points.
Okay. And is there any take that besides that? Like any way to screw my opponent over?
There is a little bit of take that in the game, because there is one of the three layer that are subtracting points on each building. Each building are different. So there is one building on the first floor that will give +1 points. The second building on the first floor will give 2 points, and the third one will subtract points. So you have, but on the second layer, it's all mixed. So the first building will be subtracting, the second one will be doubling. So you have to manage how and when you will place the cube, and how it will be on the third snow, because it stayed there for all game long.
Okay, it sounds pretty fun. And just looking, like you said, at the for start, it looks like the components are pretty high quality from what I can see here.
Like the snow plate are 15 millimeter on the collector edition. They are 15 millimeters snow plate that are made in woods. So it's pretty heavy. It's a collection game that we can't do outside of Kickstarter campaign.
So when it comes to Nouvelle-France, what makes your game pop is one my audience should go check out. And if they like what they see on the Kickstarter, back it today.
There is two points. First of all, it's kind of exclusivity. There is not that much chance that the game will be in retail in USA or Europe. We don't want to do exclusive Kickstarter, because here in Quebec there is the museum and the school that won the game, but the collector edition, it's all exclusive. You will have magnet box in the to store the cubes. The wood is just impressive. It's high qualities, and the gameplay is awesome also.
Okay, and you just barely brought up an education mode. What can you tell us about that?
It's because all the arts on the box they will approve it, and we will have a leaflet in the game that are right by historical year, that explain all the various characteristic element of Nouvelle-France also.
Okay, well that sounds pretty cool. It looks like a fun game, and like you said, getting it through Kickstarter, you get very high quality components.
Yeah.
So anybody listening, make sure you go ahead and head on over to the Kickstarter page. We'll make sure you leave the links in the show notes. And if you don't want to take our word for it, check out their Kickstarter page. There's looks like they got quite a few reviews, all the way from Tantrum House to Board Game Revolution. Quite a few people reviewing it, it looks like.
Yeah. There is a few reviewers from US and Europe. They all say they all appreciate the game. Tantrum House, Geek City, Board Game Revolution give a great review, and few ones from Germany also had really good time with the game. Board Game Monkeys and Gambit from Poland had a great critic too.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it's always good to see what other people think of it. So that's awesome. And so we don't want to keep you all night, but mine is coming there to your hometown to stalk you. How can people go about keeping up with you and other things you might be doing over there at Jack Bro Playful Creation?
Yeah, they can join us on Facebook on Jack Bro Games. You can maybe link under the video, the podcast.
Yeah, we'll make sure you put the notes and put it in the show notes so they can click on over.
Yeah, and we have a mailing list also on jackbro.com.
Okay, awesome. And speaking of keeping up with you, I know right now we're focused on getting Nouvelle-France board game to reality by getting it backed on Kickstarter and everything. But somebody's listening later on down the road after the Kickstarter and everything. Is there any secrets in your back pocket you can share with us about other games you're gonna be coming out with later on?
Yeah, we had a game named Viking Guard that we had about 2 years ago on Kickstarter. We had a pretty great campaign on that time, and we are now working on the extensions. And we want to make a special way to produce that extension. We want to have an extension that make the completely new gameplay with the same material, so you can have the base game and just add that expansion and have a completely new experience with the same game. So we want to reuse all the material, the amazing material we had on the first run, and make two games with the same material, kind of.
So that's kind of intuitive.
Yeah, so this is for 2020, we hope. And we work on plenty other product, but it's not ready right now to announce.
Well, there you go. So make sure you're going ahead and follow them on Kickstarter so whenever they launch anything, as well as right now, go ahead, if you're listening, make sure you head on over and check out Nouvelle-France board game that'll be on Kickstarter through the 10th of October. And make sure you back it today so you don't miss out on this Kickstarter edition.
Thank you.
No problem. We really appreciate you coming on and getting geeky with Gamer League with us to talk all about Nouvelle-France board game tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Blake.
No problem. Now let's go with Batterina Leaf. Where are we going, Batterina?
Kickstarter Corner!
The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have hitherto harmed us little, but someday the piecing together of disassociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and of our frightful position therein, that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age, said H.P. Lovecraft in The Call of Cthulhu. Times are dark and sinister agents move in the shadows. In elder shadows, as the cultist, you will set perilous traps, summon fearful specters, and cast reality warping spells to protect the secrets of the elder shadows. Chanting secret phrases, you will acquire a combination of symbols on each location to complete the rite of your eldritch nightmare. As the investigations to expose the cult, facing maddening dangers and grotesque specters, your duty is to find the horrors that lurk in those elder shadows. Can you stop the elder ones from awakening? Elder Shadows on Kickstarter for the month of September is a 2-player strategy card game set in H.P. Lovecraft's beloved mythos. The cult clashes with the investigator in a game where sanity matters most, and one misstep could signal the end of humanity. There's a giveaway going on over at our other site, thegiveawaygeek.com. Plus, we'll be having Nicholas on the show later on this week or early next week, so make sure you're subscribed to our podcast in your favorite podcast catcher. And if this is after the recording, make sure you go back and listen to our Elder Shadows episode on Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, so you don't miss out on all the Cthulhu fun we'll be having. Make sure you head on over and enter the giveaway today and back Elder Shadows on Kickstarter before the 2nd of October. There is a world out there where everyone is a torso, separated from their butts. No one is sure why or how, but one thing's for certain, everyone wants their butts back. Unfortunately, there is only one butt left in the entire world, the almighty butt, and everyone wants it for themselves. This is the world of the everyone shares one butt game. The Everyone Shares One Butt game is a new path-building party game. There are unlimited ways to play. With more than 100 unique cards and various synergies, every playthrough will be different from the last. Be the first one to reach the almighty butt to win. Some exclusive cards will also be available on their Kickstarter. Go check it out. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast Getting Geeky with Game Relief so you don't miss my sit down with the creators of this game next week. Or if you're listening later on, we'll have that interview airing the first week in September 2019. If you don't have a game where there's only one buttocks, make sure you go back the Everyone Shares One Butt game before September 25th, 2019. Did you catch my last episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief all about the King of Indecision? Nope? Well, go back and listen. We'll wait for you. What'd you think? My thoughts exactly. Sounds like quite the game. I can't wait to play it. King of Indecision is a game for 2 to 5 players that plays in about 40 to 50 minutes. You play the role of a noble trying to gain the favor of the king, but His Royal Highness is very indecisive, changing his mind about what he wants. Still, you gather as much gold, silk, spice, white stallions, or peacocks that he desires for that moment to earn his favor in court. On your turn, you have 6 actions to choose from and will select 3. You can add or move to another tile to explore. You can gather treasure, you can hire new workers, or make a trade, and most importantly, make an offering to the king. The timing of your offering is everything and can make or break the moment when the king suddenly changes his mind, demanding something else. Through 5 rounds of play, the stakes get higher and available options increase. You'll need to watch other nobles and make the right decision at the right time. The player who gains the most favor by the end of the game will be the winner. It's not easy being a noble in this court, but the elements of surprise, strategy, and suspense are what keeps players coming back to the King of Indecision. Here's what some people are saying. This game is so easy to learn and so fun to play. Would play it over and over again as it's completely different each time, said Penny Slack. I enjoyed this game as much as Century or Splendor, said Harry Lee. Very original and enjoyable game. Highly recommended, said Tina. Super fun to play. Very exciting. Keeps all players on their toes through the game, said Yes Carr. And last but not least, is David Espinoza had this to say, I recommend this game to everyone. So make sure you go check out King of Indecision on Kickstarter. Listen to our episode if you missed it still. And back it before the end of the month. Baking and cooking always take cleanup time, but food can be oh so good. What if I told you that the cleanup and eating portion of baking could be taken care of for you, and you could still get it to the tabletop? Well, I can't necessarily do it for you, but luckily the brothers over at Go Chuckle LLC have you covered with their current Kickstarter game. That's right, it's Hasty Baker, the card game in which players race to collect the ingredients needed for their recipes before others sabotage them. It looks like a really fun game. Hasty Baker is an exciting new card game. It's fast-paced, easy to learn, yet full of opportunities to strategize to keep other players on their toes. The goal of the game is to be the first to complete your recipes. Each completed recipe gives you 1 point, and the first player to get to 5 points wins. You begin each turn with the recipe and 7 cards from the draw pile that include playful ingredients and strategy cards that help you prevent other players from completing their recipes. That's nice to take that. You know we don't care for co-op games in the Leaf household. Word on the street is we'll be doing an episode dedicated solely to this game, so make sure you subscribe to Getting Geeky with Game Relief in your podcast catcher so you don't miss it, or if it's already aired, make sure you go back and look for our Hasty Baker episode. Plus, we'll be doing a giveaway, unlike what you've usually seen over at thegiveawaygeek.com. This will be done over through our Facebook page, The Giveaway Geek. So make sure you've liked or are following our Facebook page, The Giveaway Geek, on Facebook, like I said, and be on the lookout for that so you don't miss the fun of this giveaway, and so you don't miss the fun game. Make sure you back Hasty Baker, the card game, on Kickstarter before Monday, the 30th of September. If you liked any of the games we talked about in today's episode, make sure you check out their Kickstarter campaigns to show them and us a little love. Backing them goes a long way. Plus, make sure to stay up to date on all the giveaways we're doing over at thegiveawaygeek.com. There will be at least 2 to 3 new giveaways going live over there next week. It's our least favorite time as well as yours, so until next episode, make sure you go ahead and get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others in the geek fold by sharing our episodes with others, as well as keeping up with the giveaways we're doing over at thegiveawaygeek.com. Game Relief out.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.